The midday sun was beating down on the asphalt as an elderly man named Arthur slowed his bicycle to a halt by the side of the road. His legs, worn with age, ached from the pedaling, and he needed a moment to catch his breath before continuing his journey to pay his monthly utility bill. Just as he wiped the sweat from his forehead, a sleek, gleaming luxury car pulled up to the curb and screeched to a halt right beside him. A well-dressed young man stepped out of the vehicle, his face beaming with an oversized smile. "Sir, is that you? I have been looking for you for such a long time," the stranger exclaimed. Arthur squinted, confused. "I am sorry, son, but who are you? I do not think I recognize you." The young man laughed warmly. "How could you forget? Exactly 1.5 years ago, we met on this very road. You gave me a blessing. You prayed that God would grant me a son." He paused for dramatic effect. "And it happened. The Almighty accepted your prayer, and I have been blessed with a baby boy." Arthur's face softened. "That is wonderful news, my child," he said kindly. "But please forgive an old man's memory. I still do not recall our meeting." "It does not matter," the stranger insisted. "I just wanted to share my joy. I wanted to buy you sweets to celebrate, but I see there are no sweet shops nearby." The young man reached into his pocket and pulled out a crisp, high-value banknote. "Here," he said, pressing it into Arthur's hand. "Please, keep this for the sweets. It is a gift." Arthur tried to refuse. "No, son, this is too much. I cannot accept this." But the young man was insistent. "You are like an elder to me. Please do not say no," he pleaded. Then a look of realization crossed his face. "Actually, why don't we do this? You keep this $500 bill, and you just give me whatever change you have in your pocket. That way, you keep the gift, and I have some cash for the road." Arthur hesitated, then nodded. "If you insist, but I only have $300 on me," he admitted, clutching his pocket. "It is the money for my electricity bill." "That is fine. Just give me the 300, the young man said smoothly. "Use the rest of my note to pay your bill and buy those sweets. It would make me happy." Grateful for the stranger's generosity, Arthur handed over his real, hard-earned $300 and watched as the young man drove away. Arthur sat there for a moment, holding the $500 note, smiling at the sky, thanking God for this unexpected blessing. He got back on his bicycle and pedaled toward the market with a light heart. Arthur parked his bike outside the utility store and walked to the counter. He proudly placed the bill and the $500 note in front of the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper, who had known Arthur for years, took the note and frowned. He checked it once, then twice. "Arthur," the shopkeeper said sternly, "I have known you a long time. You are an honest man, but I did not expect this from you." Arthur was stunned. "What do you mean? What are you saying?" "This note," the shopkeeper said, sliding it back. "It is a fake. It is counterfeit." The world seemed to spin around Arthur. "Fake! Oh my God! What has happened to me?" he cried out.
What?
"That young man, it tricked me." The shopkeeper was unsympathetic. "Whoever tricked you, go find him. Do not try to use this fake money here, or I will have to call the police," he warned. Arthur stumbled out of the shop, devastated. He could hear his own son's voice echoing in his head from that morning. "Dad, here is the $300 for the bill. It is the last day to pay. Please be careful. Do not drop it, and do not forget." Arthur had promised. He knew the value of money. Now, standing on the street with a worthless piece of paper, tears streamed down his face. With a heavy heart, he got back on his bicycle to head home. Suddenly, he noticed a police patrol car stopped up ahead, the officers looking around as if searching for someone. Arthur rushed over to them. "Officer, please help me," Arthur pleaded. "I have been defrauded." "Defrauded?" the officer asked. "Tell us exactly what happened." Arthur recounted the entire story: the luxury car, the fake blessing, the exchange of notes. The officer listened intently and then pulled out a photograph. "Take a look at this picture, sir. Is this the man?" Arthur's eyes went wide. Yes, that is him. That is the thief. The officer nodded grimly. "Do not worry, sir. We have been tracking him all morning. He is a serial scammer." Seeing Arthur's distress, the officer reached into his own wallet. "Here's some money to cover your bill for now. We will recover your stolen cash once we catch him." Arthur was overwhelmed with gratitude. "Thank you, officer. I will never forget your kindness." "It is our duty, sir," the officer replied. Meanwhile, in a shopping center nearby, the young scammer was trying his luck again. However, a sharp-eyed shopkeeper recognized him from a police alert and immediately dialed the emergency line. "Sir," the shopkeeper whispered into the phone, "the man from the photo, he is here in my market right now. Keep an eye on him. We are on our way," the police chief commanded. Within minutes, the police arrived at the location. The shopkeepers silently pointed out the young man. Before the scammer could spin another web of lies, the officers moved in and arrested him on the spot. Arthur learned a valuable lesson that day. Evil deeds always have consequences. The deceiver may laugh for a moment, but truth and justice eventually catch up to everyone.